So this week last year, Harrison and I went to Miami.
We like rented a car and went alligator touring.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Are you supposed to get your baby gifts on Christmas?
You had previously said you wanted to give her stocks, but now that she's born, do you want to give her like stocks and gifts?
I'm still a massive proponent on the stock thing. I like double down on that.
Is Chanukah like a couple days before Hanukkah, or like when is Chanukah? Harrison was like, what? Welcome back to another episode of Just Alex.
You bring the heat with the intro? Felt a little flat.
It's a little flat because I don't want to wake her up because Julie just moved her chair and like she was startled by that and she's sleeping.
No, she sleeps like a rock. She's good.
This morning, Tate had the most cute morning of her life. She was nuzzled cuddling with you. Does that melt you?
I'm gonna slightly pivot.
Okay, pivot away.
I'm going to talk about what I thought about when we were cuddling this morning.
That's not a slight pivot. That's a.
And I've been thinking a lot about this.
Okay.
If you committed your full day to making sure your 3-month-old doesn't cry or limiting their amount of cries, what's the least amount of cries you think you could get?
You really got to be on offense. And know she's going to get hungry, and feed her the bottle beforehand and burp her. And if you do all of those things, maybe the least amount is 9, 10. You got to hope nobody drops loud noises. Nothing breaks.
So here's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, what are the main reasons why 3-month-old cries, right? Or why she cries. So obviously like hunger is one. So I think you nailed like just being on the offense. 2 is diaper. So I think if you're committing to this, you got to go no diaper for the day.
Oh, no, I don't agree.
No, because that way you see it happen, you clean it up right away, and you're moving forward.
What are you seeing it in?
You're going to get dirty, but you're getting dirty to avoid the cry.
No, sir.
She would not cry if a baby wouldn't cry if they went to the bathroom on you.
Okay, I'll debunk that after.
Then burping I was really confused about because I noticed that when I'm feeding her and I stop the feed because she's so hungry and she starts burp and you start burping her, she cries. Mm-hmm. Versus if I don't burp her, I feel like she doesn't cry, but she'll just throw up. So I think burping leads to more crying. So I don't know. I think I could do under 5.
Harrison,
I think I could do 3. I would try to do 0. I think I could firmly do under 3.
Harrison tried this the other day. He was like, I'm trying to go the whole day without her crying. But sometimes when you change her diaper, she just cries because she's cold.
Oh, but that was the other thing. So I was thinking about all the things. So she gets cold. Make the house really hot.
I do agree with that. I think it's cute that you want her to go the whole day without crying, but I just think her crying is a way of telling us things too, so it's okay.
But can we? I think that's exactly my point. Is like, can we predict what she wants before she tells us? That's the like challenge you're kind of going through.
Yeah, like can we change her diaper ahead of time?
Just not let her wear a diaper. Or she just doesn't wear a diaper.
I saw on Instagram this girl had like a really mini pot. That what stopped me from scrolling was the caption said, "My 2-month-old has only pooped in a diaper one time." And I thought, what? So I watched the video and it was this like little potty and she had her baby sitting on it and it was going to the bathroom in it. And she was like, look, I already potty trained my baby.
That's ridiculous.
It was absurd. People were just like, change the diaper.
Yeah,
like
do less.
Do less. I hated it. So yeah, I'm not for it.
But do we think it's possible to go a full day with a 3-month-old without them crying once?
No, do I want to. I think the cries are okay. They're letting us know she wants me to change. I think in a perfect world, it'd be great if we could anticipate everything that was going to happen, but that's not a hill I'm going to die on.
I feel like this is like that was a very PC answer.
I have no desire for her to go a day without crying. That's not a PC answer.
You don't think it'd be like fun to try and like do that?
Amongst like everything else that we have going on with having a 3-month-old? No. No, sir. That is not on my top 20 list of things that I want to try.
Well, your eyebrows look great today.
Thank you. Still got my new, I put my new eyebrow gel on today. So it really is, thank you. I do appreciate.
How much longer do you think your like bedtime face regime is than most women?
I don't know, because mine is about, well, I pump when I do it a lot of times, so I could tell you exactly. It's around 8 to 9 minutes. But I'm doing, so I think that's probably a lot longer than most. But I'm doing the electromagnetic face gym thing, the massager that's like you have to charge it. Like it actually is moving, like it moves my face around, like my eye twitches when I do it. Because I'm depuffing from a pregnancy face.
I've never seen another woman go like that at night. And you do that every night in the mirror for like 2 to 3 minutes.
What
are you doing?
Swiping outward. I'm doing lymphatic drainage towards the ear and then down. Oh, yeah. So I go out and then I go down. You got to open up your lymph nodes. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be on your TikTok, whatever you're seeing.
Well, I'm not seeing that because I already know how to do it. Let's talk about optimizing your health and doing it with Lumen, which is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. So if you want to know more about your metabolism, which we all do, Lumen is for you. On the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you a tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workout, sleep, and even stress management. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fat or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for the day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before or after workouts or meals so you know exactly what's going on with your body in real time. Your metabolism is your body's engine, and it burns and turns the food you eat into fuel that keeps you going, you guys. It's so important, and I know it can be so frustrating when you're like, I'm having crashes, or like I feel my blood sugar spiking. So Lumen can really explain everything to you, and it gives you recommendations to improve your metabolic health. So if you want to take the next steps in improving your health, go to lumen.me/justalex to get 15% off your Lumen. That's lumen.me/justalex for 15% off your purchase. Thank you to Lumen for sponsoring this episode. Why do some people on our street have just one candle in their windows? Have you noticed that? A lot of people have one candle in their windows.
No, because as I walk down the street, I try not to look at the homes because so often people are on the patios. I just try and avoid the eye contact. So I love our neighborhood.
Love it.
Our neighborhood, the people spend an outsized amount of time on their porch.
They do.
And like, if you're not locked in, you're just kind of walking down. It's like a parade, just waving. It's really intense.
Yeah. So there's this neighbor that lives diagonal from us that emailed me. Oh, I don't think I told you about this.
No,
okay.
you didn't.
So there was a block party that Harrison stumbled upon when Tate was like 3 weeks old. So we were like freshly in the newborn phase, and Harrison's like, they're having a block party. The firefighters are out there. Like, we should go, get a hot dog and say hi. So I'm like, okay. So we go down to the block party, and I end up meeting this girl named Carrie who would put on the block party. And there was not a photographer there, but she was taking photos with her iPhone. And so she asked me for my email address so she could email me the link to the photos from her iPhone, just like an iCloud link. So I gave it to her. I get an email from Carrie last week inviting the whole block, those that she has her emails, to a hotel lobby tour of all the hotels downtown that are decorated for Christmas. She's included in the email photos from last year. And she said, all ages welcome. And if you can't make it, just respond back and at least let me know that you think this is a good idea. And if you do, I could set you up for a private tour of the lobbies downtown. So I responded back to Carrie and I was like, I don't even know what the date is, but we're unable to make it. But I think it's a lovely idea. And I did not ask to be set up on a private tour, although I do think it would be the best thing on the planet to take you going in blind to a private hotel downtown tour. Like, I think you would die and like not be able to put on a nice face.
I'm a little confused. I feel like you have me signed up for all these things, right? I feel like I'm like signed up for some like, we did like the boat light thing. We went on the boat and we looked at all the lights. And now we're doing like a walk where we're looking at all the lights. So I feel like I'm like getting dragged to all these like little Christmas things already. This one doesn't sound that crazy to me.
You want to go?
I just feel like some lobbies do it really well. Like that lobby that we were at in Oklahoma City, they crushed.
First National Bank. It
They
looks incredible.
They crushed their lobby.
Crushed the lobby.
So like I kind of like the lobbies.
Do you want me to show you some of the lobbies from last year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you're not into it. I guess that's my point. I see you into more silly things. You watched The Grinch last night. I'd rather go to a lobby than watch The Grinch. That movie looked terrible.
It's an excellent movie. Jim Carrey, like him playing the Grinch is unbelievable. And then did you see he just took a new role? Do you know why he took it? He needs the money.
That's sad.
He said, I spent a lot of money and I bought a lot of things. So frankly, I need the money. And I thought, Jim Carrey, another person who perplexes me, like he's super A-list, right? Do you agree with me there?
I'd walk by him. I haven't seen him in so long. Obviously 15 years ago, I would know who he is right away. I don't know how he's aged. I could walk by him on the street.
I think he's a grandfathered in celebrity that plays roles unbelievable. Like watching him play the Grinch, I was just like, whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude is talented. Anyways, he's going to do a new role because he needs the money. But yeah, the Grinch is phenomenal. You know what? I didn't want to watch The Elf, so I watched Grinch. But forgive me for being in the holiday spirit with my mug.
I'm a Grinch.
No, but you're not at all. Like, you're not a Grinch. You love decorating the porch. You love holidays.
I botched the porch.
But why are you being like this? You're not a Grinch. I don't like you saying that when you're in fact the opposite. You're quite jolly.
Okay. I'm jolly. I'm Jolly Harrison.
You love dressing up, Tater.
No, I do. I'm kidding.
Okay. So we're going to jump into, we have some segments today. So we have a listener question at the end, which I love. And then we're trying out new segments. So we're trying out parenting fails, which, by the way, please, so write in listeners' questions to the Just Alex podcast page. Also start writing in parenting fails, because we're going to either, if we have one, we'll do ours. If we don't have one, we'll share yours. And then we're also going to do our first segment. Let's jump into our first segment, okay?
All right.
So one more thing before we get into our newfound segments. Let's talk, speaking of holiday cheer, about what you and I are doing for Christmas and what we're doing for Tater for Christmas. So Harrison and I, last year we did... Do you ever think about where we were last year versus this year? So this week, last year, Harrison and I went to Miami. And our Miami trip, should we ever go back, looked very different then than it would now. We hit Poppy Steak. What else did we do?
We rented a car and went alligator touring.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
Yeah. We
rented a car, a Mustang convertible, which was very fun to drive in Florida. And we drove to what is that called?
The Everglades.
The Everglades. And he took me on an alligator tour, those boats with the big fan in the back.
That goes so fast.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Oh, that was such a fun trip. We had a blast. A blast. And we'd only been dating for a month and a half. Oh my God, you took me on the coolest adventures. Wow, that just got me excited. So this was the week that I remember, because we went December 16th. And that was yesterday. So this was the week where we were in Miami for 7 or 8 days. And it was so fun, because what we did was we got up every morning, we went on a run. And then we came back and we laptopped. But we laptopped by the pool or in the lobby. And then every night you planned the most fun dinners ever. But where did we go? Poppy Steak, Milo?
I think we just went to all Grutman spots.
We did. And oh my gosh, it was so fun. And in Miami...
I love Grutman spots, so they're the best.
What's the one?
Actually,
Delilah. We got chicken tenders at
that's
Delilah.
Chur's.
Oh, sorry. To Grutman. I don't know who these people are. I just know the restaurants are good.
Yeah, we did quite a few. We did Delilah. We did Poppy. We did Carbone. We had a fun little lineup.
Oh my gosh. But Joe's Stone Crab, I had never
We
been.
did Joe's, yeah.
That was so fun. Like, this is like one of my favorite trips ever. But I was thinking about it the other day because you ever think like this year versus last year, right? In this week, she's turning 3 months old. And it's really funny to think about my like time hops on my phone are just like us in Miami. And I'm like, oh, we're not there anymore. Like, we're just not in that phase, which I love. Because, like, if we went to Miami now, we stayed at the Edition. Like, we wouldn't stay there.
Where would we stay?
Somewhere, like, more kid-friendly. More baby-friendly. If a baby's crying at the Edition in Miami, like, the person in the room next door went to bed at 4 a.m. and, like, you are ruining their life.
Really?
Yes. Don't you think? So, okay. So, last year what we did was... we did gifts for each other, and we did shoes, because I got you Jordans, and you got me the fuzzy Birkenstocks.
I got you Jordans. You got me the Birkenstocks.
Yeah. Oh, and you got yourself the Jordans, too, because we have matching ones, and Tater has them, too.
Yes.
You got me Jordans. I got you Birkenstocks, fuzzy Birkenstocks. I got you Uggs. I got you man Uggs. Yep. Short Uggs, that's what it was. We got each other the Birkenstocks.
So something for home. Something to wear. So something to home was the Uggs. Something to wear.
The wax. I got you the wax jacket.
Was the wax jacket.
Orange.
Then you got me those big Nike boots.
Oh, yeah. And you got me the Kith sweatsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Great. Okay. So this year what we're doing is we're doing shoes again. Which I already got yours. I was thinking I could say what I got you in the microphone and you couldn't listen. But I know that you'll listen to this back and then you'll hear it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say it.
Cool.
Okay, so shoes, which check I've done for you. Have you done for me?
Nope.
Okay. Clothes, I've done for you. Have you done for me?
Nope.
Okay. Wellness, I've done for you. Have you done for me?
Nope.
Home, I have not done yet. Have you done that for me? Let me guess. Nope. Okay, so those are the categories we're doing for each other this year. And which I like love the categories because then we both know like there's going to be 4 gifts for each person. Peace of mind. Peace of mind, yet so paralyzing. Do you find it that way? Oh, I tell you, it's like I know the category, but I still have like all these options and I just can't pick one.
What I'm just trying to figure out is, are you okay with those 4, or do I need to get you a 5th? That's what I just have no idea.
I'm great with those 4.
Because when it comes to those 4, like they're easy. I obviously like I know what I'm getting you.
Just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting me in all the categories?
Well, yeah.
Home for me is perplexing. Although I do think recently.
I already got that.
What?
I already got your home.
I just asked.
I know, I was fucking with you.
Oh. Okay. Cool. That's funny.
I have all your gifts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just wondering, are they enough?
They are. Whatever it is. Like, I don't... You know what? You know, like, what I want this year?
Let's hear.
Hang out with Tater. I'm going to be so happy. I don't need anything else. That's what I want. Like, I'll be good to go. Just
are you supposed to get your baby gifts on Christmas?
What are you thinking? Because you had previously said you wanted to give her stocks, but now that she's born, do you want to give her like stocks and gifts? You've always said and gifts, I guess.
Yeah, I'd always said stocks and gifts, and like I'm still a massive proponent on the stock thing. I like double down on that big time.
And that's because like explain to us the primary reason of this.
Because I want to encourage financial literacy. So I feel like sorry.
It's financial literacy, not so much like future financial planning for her. Like, is the goal that these stocks, do well, and then whenever she's like 18 or 21, and comes and says like, I want to start a business or something. It's like, well, you have your money. It pays for your college, or it can pay for. Is that your goal?
Like I feel like I'll get killed for this again. But like, growing up, I loved my upbringing. I loved the way my parents raised me. But I do think there was an element or a component of financial literacy that just like was never really there. Like learning about taxes. I didn't buy my first stock till I was in my mid-20s. And so like these are things that I just want her to understand, because they're really important in regards to how the world works. So like in high school, like I want her to know about taxes.
Yeah.
I want her to understand taxes. I want her to understand, sorry, I'm just looking at her. She's so cute. I want her to understand how the stock market works and what the value of how to value a company and all the other jazz.
Okay, so I'm like very for that, and especially her understand. Like, there's no harm in that. So, okay, I love that you're gonna give her stocks.
And so I just think it starts early. Obviously, like they can't understand it for a long time, but
no, but how cool to be able to say when she does understand it. Like your first year, you were 3 months old, and I bought you X. What are you gonna buy her?
this year,
I
don't know. I haven't figured out what the strategy is in terms of like, do we? Well, it's a challenge because like I largely just, if we're going to get into the nitty gritty, like I largely just buy ETFs and that over time, just riding index works out pretty well. But when it comes to her education, I think it's important for her to understand like buying the index and owning like an S&P 500 ETF versus owning a single stock. So I think that we'll go 50-50 every year. So we'll buy her like some S&P 500 this year, maybe put a little leverage on it, and also a single stock that has to do with her.
Okay, what's the stock? Can we get like a milk one or a bottle?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna find a cool dairy stock for her to buy.
Yeah, our theme this year is milky.
The problem is dairy consumption in the U.S. has been on a pretty tough cycle, but I'm like weirdly semi-bullish dairy.
Well, dairy's coming back because people are really sick of the dairy alternatives.
Yeah.
Great, let's buy her something with milk.
I'll send her the email. Maybe we can read the email on the podcast.
I would love to. I just emailed her today because it's her 3 months.
I still haven't emailed her.
Oh, I told her she cuddled with Dad all morning. She's the light of our lives. And then I said at the end, I love you, baby girl.
Yeah, I like don't know what to say. I like felt like I should have got the email out there the first day, and I didn't get the email out the first day.
No time like the present.
So now it's like, when's she going to get the first one from?
T. Boone Pickens. It's not ready, aim, aim. It's ready, aim, fire. So you just got to send that email. I want to tell you about a product I just added to my shop, my must-haves for newborns, and it is the Navage Baby Aspirator and Inhaler, because babies have small noses and they get congested and they don't like it when you reach in there and pull these boogers out. Also, it's too small to pull them out. So the Navage Baby Aspirator has been so helpful for baby Tate because I just put it up there and it's a soft little insert and it sucks out her snot. And you guys, I use this like 1 to 2 times a week. Also, the inhaler is incredible because it has quiet, continuous mist of the drug-free sterile saline solution to break down the congestion, and it moisturizes the pathways, and so it soothes their upper respiratory system. And you guys, these little babies, when they get congested, it is so sad, but having the Navage baby products around has been a game changer. Parenting is hard. Make life easier. Order the new Navage Baby Aspirator and Inhaler today because you guys are going to thank me later for this tip, especially around this 6th season. So my listeners can order it directly from my exclusive URL, navage.com/Alex. You can order both products and get full product details. Again, that's navage.com/Alex. Don't wait, order now. Navage.com/Alex. So we're going to get her a milk stock. Okay, great. And then we know what we're getting each other. So that's going to make for a very Merry Christmas. And then in terms of toys for her, I want to get her a mogul that's like automatic that goes above her head whenever she's doing dance time. And then I want to get her a walker. One of my friends sent me a walker for when she's 6 months old and we don't have that yet. So I want to get her that.
Love it.
I think it'll be really fun for her. And then on actual Christmas Day, all she wants is Milky and to be held. So, and to hang out with Mom and Dad. So we'll just do that all day. And it'll be good. It'll be a good Christmas for her. All right. So segment number 1 that we go into is what we've DM'd each other this week. And we've DM'd each other a lot. Like Harrison and I are constantly sending each other clips back and forth of like parenting, house, anything, restaurants, blah, blah, blah. And so we went through and we picked the 2 most notable ones. And the first notable one, we will not name the name of this influencer ever, right? Because that's really not the point. The point is the kind of content people make about their babies and the kind of content we don't want to make about our baby. So some influencers will like make fun of their kids online. This particular video was somebody like stitched over their family, being like trying to get your family out the door. And it's like how long it takes and how one kid will start crying because they're randomly hungry. And it's like this whole parody about babies. And I find it just mean to the kid, because here's the thing: when the baby, is 15 years old, I don't think she'll have social media at 15, let's say 18, and she looks back and she's like, oh, you guys were making fun of me when I was little. It's like, not at all, because like to me, this is just the sweetest time of our life. So that is kind of like how I've never really talked about how we think about what we put on her online. And I just want to say, like, it's very important to us that we're never making fun of her. Like, you're not going to see a poopy diaper or like anything like that, because I don't think that's fair to her. Do you agree?
I think it's really tricky because, like, I think that no matter what you do, the minute that a kid is incorporated into like any component of the online world, like, people are going to judge you, right? Like, I think there's no winning everything here. And so it's all about like what we as parents are comfortable with. And I think that, yeah, like, as you said, we want to make sure that we're lifting her up and not putting her down. And I guess instead putting down a different mom influencer, as ironic as that is. But yeah, like, that style of content to me is, that it to me like definitely rubs me the wrong way. But I'm sure that, a lot of the stuff we put out, people are like, I can't believe you're talking about XYZ and your kid. Like, how are you talking about your childbirth on the internet?
Okay, so I don't agree that we're putting down a mom influencer, because we're not saying who it is. And it's not even somebody I follow. It was a random video I was served. And I think, like, I do think when you put things out on the internet, I do think people are allowed to have opinions on them, right? Same thing with us. I think what it boils down to, though, is like, you're okay. If you're okay with your content and proud of it, then I think you're okay with people. Then I think that it is a foundation for people to then have opinions upon you, right? So, like, I can't sleep at night if I'm making fun of her online. That's not the kind of content I want to do. When it came to putting her online, I thought I'll put like the sweet moments of her online. And that's where I'm okay with it. I like my favorite kinds of videos are like us as a parent. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, like, creating content is my job. So also being a mom is my job. And like right now, it's occupying 99% of my brain. And so in order for me to make content that was not about the baby, that would be impossible. Like, if you told me to make a video right now about what we had for dinner, I'd be like, I'm not even sure we could scrap together dinner. You're not going to find me putting down another mom influencer, especially not by name. I definitely think that we can talk about the kind of content we don't want to create.
Yeah, and the one-liner that I think we've both got really comfortable with is anything we go out and say or record, we want to be comfortable sitting down with her and her listening to it and watching it, because inevitably that will likely happen at some point. And so, did I say that right? I feel like we have kind of a better one-liner.
No, that's right.
Like, yeah, the intention is that we everything we say through the lens that she'll eventually watch it or she'll eventually listen to it, regardless of if she does. And I think the bigger point, so that's it. I think specifically this convo, what I find really weird about it is, like, I just see how those kids, like, I worry about them getting made fun of because of all of the negative content their parents are making about them online.
Yeah, and I just don't think that she should be like a true character that we create, or like I just want her to live her life. And then if there's something cute about that I want to post that I think will either bring people joy or help them, like, I'm good with. And then other than that, I think a lot of it revolves around us as parentings and like what we learned, which I always call like information sharing, not giving advice. because I don't have a lot of advice to give, but I definitely am down to share like you and I's journey.
Yeah. I think like what all this comes down to is, we've obviously talked through it, but I think one of the coolest things about the way you make content is just how quickly and naturally and organically you like get it out there. And so it's just kind of feels like what's on your mind is what goes up. And
I also think what boils
I was about to say something nice.
Oh, do it. Need a long millennial pause in
Yeah,
there.
because I was thinking of the right words. I think I'm moving a little slow today, not because I'm hungover.
Yeah, you like went to like you got like
No, I'm
19
literally,
hours of sleep.
I'm not hungover. I think I think the type of content that you're making really does resonate with a lot of different moms out there, and so I'm proud of it. I think it's cool.
Well, and what I want to say is like two things. Number one, I think like I really thought about if I wanted to include her in content or not. And like I love watching this content online of other moms with their babies. Like it brings me so much joy. And so like it's just in my heart that like it's a gut feeling where it's like I'm really okay with the way we're doing it. Plus it brings me joy and it makes me happy.
Yeah, if you were to describe the situation today before she came, I would have been very uncomfortable with it.
Totally. But I think the way we're doing it is like very true to us and like we're okay with it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm following your lead on this. I'm definitely still newer to me, but having fun with it. And I like feels like what you're doing is really resonating with a lot of mothers.
Well, and it's mainly like a community too, which I'm really enjoying. I really enjoy seeing, I find a lot of things online. I think the modern parenting, like you just find a lot online. And so I'm really enjoying it. And as long as it's filtered through like this sweet, tender lens, where she's not like a joke at all, where she's just like our sweet baby girl, then I'm good with it.
For sure.
So that's the first thing we DM'd to each other that I pulled out. The second one was you DM'd me something about crypto.
I think I sent you an article about Bitcoin surpassing $100,000.
So just in one sentence, that means people that bought Bitcoin at $100 can sell it now for over $100,000.
Yes.
So crazy. Do you want to tell us, did you buy any Bitcoins? I know, you bought one too? How many Bitcoins did you buy?
I'm definitely not saying that.
Oh, did you buy any, yes or no?
In the past I have. Yep.
Congratulations. Now, here's the problem.
Have you bought any Bitcoin?
No. Here's the thing.
Really?
Well, now if I bought one, would I have to pay over $100,000 for it?
Wait. Do you have a Robinhood account?
No.
Okay, we got to get to this. We'll deal with this this week.
I'd love to. But here's my question on this crypto thing. So it's over $100,000. Is there a chance it drops to 50? Should you sell now? Or do you hold on assuming it goes to $1 million?
I think it's, I mean, I'm sure this will get clipped if it doesn't go my way. I think it's more likely to get to $1 million than it is 50,000.
Okay, so you're going to hang on.
Yeah, things can go up, things can go down. It will go up, it will go down.
Do you have a number you want to sell at?
I don't think I'll ever sell my Bitcoin.
Ever?
No, I think I'll just hold it as an asset.
Okay, and then give it to her?
She has one.
She has a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So will she sell hers?
We'll have to decide when it's given to her. Oh. But I guess if it's hers, she can sell it. I sure as hell hope she doesn't.
But she can.
Technically, if it's hers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what if she, turns 25 and her Bitcoin's worth $2 million and she's got something she wants to invest in?
Well, that's the importance of financial literacy and making those decisions.
I love a good deal as much as the next girl, but I'm not going to crawl through a bed of hot coals just to get to it. So you guys, I love something that's easy, no hoops, no BS. So when Mint Mobile said it was easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase for a 3-month plan, I called them out on it because I'm really like, I feel like everyone's always offering these discounts, but it's like you have to do XYZ in order to get them. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But with Mint Mobile, turns out it really is that easy to get wireless for $15 a month. The longest part of the process was the time I spent on hold waiting to break up with my old provider. That's the good news. So to start, you guys go to mintmobile.com/Alex. There you'll see that right now, all 3-month plans are only $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. Like it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. That's the good news. You can take your phone number, you can take your contacts. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and get all 3 months of premium wireless service for just $15 a month. So, to get this new customer offer and your 3-month premium wireless plan for $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Alex. That's mintmobile.com/Alex. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Alex. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes and fees and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. So why did you buy Bitcoin the first time? A lot of people were skeptical.
I think that anytime you see the smartest people in the room getting excited about something, it makes sense to gain some exposure to that excitement if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, like plain and simple. Especially like I was living in San Francisco during, the heyday of the boom, and people there loved it, and people that I really respected had a lot of exposure to it, and so I kind of think about it as or I thought about it as a long time for schmuck insurance, which it kind of was.
Mm-hmm. Well, that worked out well.
Yeah, I have a lot of things that haven't worked out well, especially in crypto.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the way it works, right? It's not always all going to work out well, but it's nice to get some wins.
Do you want to hear actually a funny story?
Yeah.
So I was on a bachelor party a few years back, and one of the guys on the bachelor party is like, he loved this like random altcoin. It's like a really small coin. And the only place you could buy it was Bittrex, which is like some kind of smaller niche exchange. The main exchange that most people buy on is Coinbase. And so I went after the bachelor party and I bought a chunk of this coin and totally forgot about it. The other week I was on Coinbase, just like looking at what some of the altcoins they had on there was, and I saw it listed. I was like, holy crap, like I bought this many years ago. Like, let me see, what it's worth. So I go back to my Bittrex account, and Bittrex has closed. So like I get there, and on the screen there's like a crying baby being like, Bittrex no more, sorry, thank you so much for your support, but we're no longer operating in the US. And like my shit is gone.
Was it worth a lot more at one point? Do you know?
I would assume. The problem is like I just don't know. I don't know my entry price. And then I looked at my email. We can put some like little things up. And I had all these emails come through being like, last reminder, move it. Last reminder, we're closing down. But it was set up to an email that I didn't use.
Like a throwaway email.
It's a crypto email.
Okay, so it's just like a random, it's like the email you subscribe at target.com to.
No, it's like an email dedicated for crypto stuff.
And you just like don't check that email?
Yeah.
That's on you.
Because
like I don't check my spam email was the word I was trying to think of. I don't check my spam email.
I didn't think the exchange was closing. Okay.
But crypto's kind of in that like volatile stage where like it could be closing.
Yeah, but that's why like I think about it as like I think about it from the mindset that it could just be gone tomorrow. I also see how it goes to $1 million from here.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Yeah, on this concept of.
Do you know what you bought crypto at?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say.
Why? Is that like a thing within the crypto people of like when you got in?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Like, were you an early enough adopter?
So one really interesting dynamic is, and I was out for a walk with with a guy the other day, is a lot of the people who bought it super, super early lost it.
Why?
Because there was just a bunch of different ways you could have lost it. So like there was an exchange called Mt. Gox, which was hacked. Like a lot of people put them on these little cold storage devices, and they lost the devices over the years because they bought Bitcoin at $800, $600, and there wasn't a secure place to store it. So they put it on these actual like drives. Like Celsius was a big one. A lot of people stored their crypto on Celsius. So it was like a weird thing where like a lot of people, they've lost it over time, but hopefully I know a lot of them also didn't lose it. So I guess that Bittrex thing, I don't even know where I was going with it, is like a common-ish occurrence. Like it's a frontier asset class that's becoming more and more mainstream. BlackRock suggesting 2% of your portfolio should be allocated to Bitcoin.
Wow.
That is very interesting.
That's a modern...
Trump may implement a national Bitcoin reserve. Several countries are already on that path or front running it in certain ways.
Good for people though, because I remember like I was on my friend's bachelorette party. So I think it was 3-4 years ago. Like people were so skeptical of crypto. They thought it was like snake oil. And now it's like cool to sit here and see people stayed on and they rode the wave, and like informed people really like drove that.
And like I understood and understand that snake oil argument.
Totally.
It's undeniable. Like it's a really compelling argument. But as I said before, like there's a lot of really, really, really smart people who are excited about this. Do you want to bet against those smart people?
Right.
Or do you want the schmuck insurance?
Right.
And I think Bitcoin's like it was the ultimate, it's schmuck insurance.
I guess maybe if I just get a little more invested in it, then I'll have more to say on it.
Yeah, let's open up a Robinhood account for you this week and
I'd love to
start trading stuff.
I would really love to. Like love to.
Coinbase account as well.
I would love to. I like don't even. It's like so over my head. So
it takes 5 minutes to set up.
Well, maybe I'll even maybe that could be something that I talked about online. My journey with that learning.
Ooh.
So, all right. So we'll do that. And now let's move to parent fails of the week. Where, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you're new here, you don't remember, but Harrison and I had the best parenting fail very early on when we found that I was pregnant. When we made our first doctor's appointment, we were living in New York at the time, and we were like so proud of this doctor's appointment because we were like, we're going to go scan the baby, blah, blah, blah. We like show up 8 a.m., Upper West Side. We live in Tribeca, so it's like an hour. We get there, and like the doctor brings us back and sits me on this like Winnie the Pooh bed. You know, one of those like doctor beds with like Winnie the Pooh sheet over it. And he comes in and he's like, how can I help you? And I'm like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, I'm a pediatrician. And we were like, well, who do you see when you're pregnant? And he's like, your OBGYN. And I was like, oh my God.
Brutal.
Yeah. So I remember we left that appointment and you were like, how can we even, like, can we have a child? Are we fit to be parents? And I remember thinking like, I don't know. Like I remember I was more optimistic in this. And you were mad at yourself because you had made the doctor's appointment. Anyways, fast forward to now, we've got our little 3-month-old. I think we're thriving, loving. Parenthood has its ups and downs, of course, but like we love it. And I think we crush it, okay? Nonetheless, though, I do think it's important as parents to share our wins and our losses.
All right, so what fail do you got for us this week?
My fail this week is we put our Christmas card online. Although I don't think you really wanted to do the holiday card in general. But I wanted to because I just love stuff like that. And so I sent the information about the Christmas card, and I get the proof back. And I read the front and the back, and I respond, and I'm like, perfect. And then they produce a batch of them, and then I show Harrison the Christmas card. And he's like, yeah, that's just not how you spell our middle name. And I was like, it's not how you spell our middle name. And it's not that they forgot a letter. It's that I actually still to this day don't know. It's Francis, F-R-I-N-C. I had put E-S, but it's I-S.
Opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
All I know is I had the wrong one. Still don't know which one we went with. We both had grandmas, both named Francis, but mine was spelled with one I or E, and yours was the other. We chose the one that's primarily female, which I thought was... Is it E-S? Francis, it's E-S. Okay, so her middle name is E-S. Anyways, slightly expensive mistake, but we swapped them.
Moving on.
Off we go. Yeah, so that's my parenting fail of the week.
Very nice.
Yeah. Do you have one?
I'm thinking. I put the wrong size diaper on her.
Did you put a newborns on her?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. We can survive
what's
that.
going on with these hipper stuff?
Her hips?
Well, I couldn't get it.
Oh.
I did a couple of them.
Yeah, it kept kiss there.
I thought we were going to need up, and then I figured out there was an N on there.
Yep. Hers is in size 2. Those are a little big, but I think they're cute. She's between sizes. She's between a 1 and a 2, so we're going 2s. Bless you. Bless you. Okay, so that's our good old parenting fail. And then we're going to go to, Tate's grandma, Harrison's mom, texted that Tate's cousin Parker got a telescope for Chanukah. And I came downstairs and I was like, is Chanukah a couple days before Hanukkah, or when is Chanukah? And Harrison was like, what? And I was like, your mom's talking about how Parker got a telescope for Chanukah, and I know about Hanukkah, but I don't know about Chanukah. And I was wondering if it was an additive holiday. And he was like, he started filming me. And that's when I knew okay, I'm missing something here. So then I remembered the challah bread. I first pronounced challah because it had a CH on it. And so then I was like, what's with the CHs? So Chanukah is just Hanukkah with a CH because CH is, what is it? The CH is something in...
Couldn't tell you, but we do the CH thing sometimes.
That's very confusing.
Yeah. But as I've said, there needs to be some rebranding done to some of this holiday stuff.
The Chanukah threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Throws a lot of people for a loop. There's a great video of Smokey Robinson wishing someone happy Chanukah. I think Chanukah is a great word.
I love the word Chanukah. I'm all in for it. Just pronouncing it the way that we think.
Yeah.
Chanukah.
Yeah.
Hanukkah.
My big thing with Chanukah is we need to fix the dates. I hate this rotating schedule. It's just so confusing.
Wait, so is Chanukah just Hanukkah with a C? No, it's different.
Hanukkah is spelled 2 different ways.
Hanukkah, Chanukah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just one has a CH in front of it.
And they're the exact same spelling?
Yeah, I believe so. But not totally 100% sure.
For some reason, Chanukah didn't look like Hanukkah to me. Okay, so Chanukah has 1 K. Oh, wait. And a U, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, this is just as a religion, we don't need to overcomplicate things like this.
They're spelled differently. It's very...
Yeah. It's already confusing enough with the rotating dates. One spelling, one pronunciation.
Yeah. I did not know. I was blindsided. So that's my today I learned. So my aunt, what I love about my Aunt Joni is she sent us a Christmas present, but it was the menorah, the dreidel, and then one other wrapped gift that's under the Christmas tree. And I texted her the other day and I was like, that was very inclusive and kind of you.
Very kind.
Just a super nice gift.
Shout out Aunt Joni.
And she got ahead of it. She was like, hi, I want to send you a menorah. Do you have one? And I was like, no, I don't have one. I've been looking for one. So I didn't buy one. And she sent us a very nice one. And then
beautiful menorah.
Also encompassed this dreidel pillow thing that's super cool. So
yeah, I love the element of festiveness it adds to that room.
Well, I like that she sent it.
She's the best.
Yeah, that was really nice of her. All right, so our last, I think that is our last segment. Oh, now we have a listener question. All right, so the listener question is about pumping and feeding, because I got a lot of questions about this. So will you share your nursing pumping schedule? I'm trying to figure one out for myself. Are you exclusively pumping to feed, or is babe on the boob sometimes? So, all right. The way I figured out my nursing pumping schedule was like intuitively, and then I read a lot, and then I took, like, I didn't follow one specific guideline. I just took what worked for me. So right now I'm pumping every 3 hours, but I'm going to need to start pumping more because Tate's starting to eat every 2 hours. So if I haven't pumped by the time she's hungry again, she goes on the boob. I pump 80% of the time, and she's on the boob 20% of the time. Her on the boob is ineffective. She like falls asleep on it, like uses it as a pacifier. I'm in bed for like 2 hours trying to feed her, and then she's never fully full. Like, she always needs a top off. So basically the schedule is pump every 2.5 hours, feed her every 3 hours is ideally how we're doing it. But I'm trying to get my supply up right now. So yesterday I had like 2 protein shakes, 4 turkey burgers. Like, my protein and my hydration is like through the roof, and I'm starting to pump 15 minutes, but now I'm going to 20. So trying to pump longer, trying to get my supply up. But every day I have a good freezer supply, but honestly, we're starting to go through it a little bit because she's eating more. So mom needs to increase supply. So that's my new focus. And that's the skinny on how I do it.
It just like consistently blows my mind. And this is, I feel like I'm stating the obvious, but whatever. Like, as you, I feel like I put all this time and energy into, like, you know, parenting and being a child, but like the fact that you also need to manage things like this, as well as like take her well-being, it's amazing.
It's a big one though.
Yeah. Like, but I just like, you almost like forget about it because you've now been doing it for 3 months. But it's like, no, like, this is a massive piece, and you're doing amazing. Like, you're crushing it.
I know, but I don't think you're understanding the problem that we're running into right now.
I am.
She's
I
eating
listened.
more.
I listened.
So I need to increase the supply.
I know. You got it. But you got it.
But I like might not have it. Do you know?
Oh, I trust you.
But how do you trust me? Like,
I believe in you.
Okay. I'm going to do some power pumps this week and try to up it again. The problem is there was a point where I was pumping like 3 bottles to every 1 bottle. So that was just literally a cow, and my boobs were like constantly filling up. I couldn't leave the house, and like it hurt.
Yeah.
And I always had a clogged duct. Like, I overproduced. So then I tried to scale it back, and now I've scaled back too far. So now I need to increase again. So I got to go figure it out, but I'm going to dedicate today and tomorrow to like figuring it out.
And I know you'll do it because you're the best.
All right. So on that note, I think we wrap her up. What do you say?
Thank you for listening.
We love you guys. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Merry Christmas, H.
Happy holidays
To them, because this comes out, and then Wednesday's Christmas. So you guys, 'tis the season. Watch every Christmas movie you want. There's no time to put anything else off. Go do everything you want to do that's holiday. You only get to do it once a year. Love you guys.
Ciao.
Well, also happy Hanukkah. They're on the same day. Oh my God. Happy Hanukkah, you guys.
Chanukah.
Happy Chanukah. Okay, guys, thanks for listening to another episode of Just Alex, powered by Just Media House. If you enjoyed the show, which I think you did because you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, and review. All of those things are so important. Stay connected on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at Just Alex Pod. Post-production by Creative Evolution Studios. Theme song to the Just Alex Pod by Gideon Shawkin and Denisha. I'm Just Alex, you're just you. Let's keep doing this thing. New episodes every Thursday.